Hey everybody. Just starting a quick stream just to do a couple of fun things, and I thought I haven't streamed with you guys in a while, and I meant to last week, and I ended up having to take my niece to a birthday party, which if you ever have an opportunity to take a kid to a birthday party, do it. It's an awesome thing. So this is my first chance to have a few minutes of quiet where I could stream, but it will be just a few minutes, so not a really super long stream or anything. But what I am doing, I went to the store today because I want to get this framed, and so I wanted to go to the store and purchase like a frame to put it in, and so I thought I would do that and hopefully not like be super loud. So that's make sure we're going correctly. There are some people. Hey guys! So I'm going to be doing that and just kind of chat with you. And then I got a cool, actually two cool art books in the mail today, and I wanted to do a little opening with you. So yeah. The snow has finally almost all the way melted. We had snow 2 days in a row. It snowed. And my little weather app says we might get more later on. So that would be fantastically fun. We got more snow. So I got this huge frame at Walmart. And I'm going to try not to knock the microphone with it. So I don't even know if I'm tall enough for you guys to see what's going on. This might not be the best stream, but you know, we're doing what we can. So I'm gonna put this piece because she needs to be in a frame. And unfortunately, I love this frame because it's just got this great border to it. But the mat inside, which is beautiful, is for an 8x10, so I won't be able to use the mat. Vanilla says we had a whole week off of school because of the snow. The kids got, was it yesterday off? They got a 2-hour delay the day before, and then roads were treacherous because you give us any kind of ice or snow and people tend to not know how to drive it. So there's a long something in there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this mat because it's a really cool mat. I wish I could make the camera a little bit further back, but it's not. So anyway, this is a really fun mat. I'm going to keep this for a later project if I ever need a mat. And I'm trying to decide if this is just going to fit nicely in here. I might have to put some sort of backing on the back of this. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so this is the top. So I need to flip this over. Hello from Canada. All right. Some of you guys have actually gone and started painting your own kind of pieces on old pieces of paper and been showing me pictures of those, and it's so beautiful. It really is lovely. I love seeing your guys' art. All right, let's see how this looks for the first, and see if I need to work on a mat behind it. I don't think so. I think I'm going to put that foam backing because it had this little bit of a foam piece, and I think I might put that behind there just because it's meant to have that matting in there, so it gives it a little bit more space. I think the picture will kind of move around. Hi from the US, hi from Oklahoma, hi from South Korea. I have some friends in South Korea. That's so cool. Hi from the Netherlands. All right, let me see if this is not the color that I want. This is like this red board here. But I think that would fit nicely in there. Let's see if I have a better color. I have kind of a cream color. I think that would look the best. art challenge on my channel that I would love to see you try. It's the Bratz Challenge, drawing a character as a Bratz doll. I'll have to jump over and check out your challenge. Kind of fun to mix up different styles and things like that, which I have a fun art book I'm going to show you guys in a minute as soon as I finish this. That is, oh, such beautiful artwork. I'm so excited. It was from a Kickstarter that I got in on, and oh, I'm so happy I saw it. So, all right. There we go. I think that's much better. Look, you can see me. Hi. So there we go. I will take a picture once I get hung up. I'm going to move a couple pictures around, but I'm going to have it up next to Eyes of Blue so they can be matching pieces. I know I have this piece for sale, but until it sells, I'm going to enjoy it on my wall. So if you guys want to see a picture of it hung up on my wall, I will post that later on this evening on my Instagram. But first, I want to show you, make sure it doesn't have my address, this packet here. And she is a YouTuber. Her name is Hannah Alexander. And she does these absolutely beautiful art books. And I'm so excited. So she has 2 of them. And it's in that Art Nouveau style that I absolutely love. So and she had this one out first, and then she sold out of it, and I was really sad because I wanted her art book. Excuse me. So then she did a second edition, second volume, and when she did that, she brought back the first book. So I went ahead and snagged both books, which I'm really excited about. So I won't show all of them, but she takes different characters and then draws them in all these like Adventure Time characters. But I love this. This is like my favorite part of art books, is like the sketches and how they put things together, and just little reference photos that she took. So inspiring. And the fun thing is she started doing these drawings and people began cosplaying them. And so I think these are different people that, yeah, so she has the cosplay players' names in the corner, which is really fun. And I think the Kickstarter is over, but I think if you go to her actual online shop, you can definitely purchase these. But they're so beautiful. I got a couple of her prints last year and loved her work. And it's so hard to choose which print. They're just so cool. Like taking just the theme, like this is Moana, and just kind of designing how you would design that person's dress. Super inspirational. So for those of you who ask me when I'm having a hard time finding inspiration on what to draw, how do I find inspiration? It's things like this. Like, not that I want to copy this work down, but looking at this just makes me excited about creating art. Let's see if she has her YouTube information. I think she does on one of these. Look, she even signed it. Signed by the artist. Let me see if she has her. I thought she did. It was in here somewhere. Anyway, sorry that was loud. So yeah, really quick flip through. This one's fun because in the very back of this book, she has a little template so that if you want to design your own, kind of using her model, you could design your own character, which I think would be fun. So here, I found it. It's right here. So that is her. If it'll focus, it probably won't focus because I turned the autofocus off. I'll take a picture of it and put it in my Instagram feed so you guys can check it out there. But she doesn't have her YouTube channel on here, but HannahAlexanderArtworks.com is her website. And her Instagram is Hannah_Alexander_artwork_. Boom. There we go. Whenever I need a blast of inspiration, I watch Glenn Keane on YouTube. Oh, totally. He is amazing. I have an original... No, I don't have an original Glenn Keane. I have a print that Glenn Keane sent me. It's like he signed it, so that's pretty cool. I should put that up in my studio. I have an original Eric Goldberg and an original, another animator sent me some art. So that's really fun. I should put them up now that I have a studio space. Do I cosplay? I have cosplayed before. I'm not this quality of cosplaying, but I cosplayed as Kiki's delivery service, and my friend who went to Comic-Con with me and was my table buddy, she did, she was Gigi the cat. So that was, and then I did a Totoro based dress one year. It was actually my first cosplay that I did. So you remind me of one of my best friends, Miss Flynn. That's awesome. I wish I had a studio. Oh my goodness. I'm loving having the studio, but believe me, for 15 years as a professional artist in my bedroom. In fact, I just changed my bedroom into my studio and just had a bed in the corner of my studio. But you just kind of make it work. However it fits into your kind of location. That's like, you know, what works best for you. So how am I enjoying the snow? So much. Well, it's almost gone now, but we built several snowmen and I took a ton of really pretty pictures. I posted a lot of them on my Instagram page, which was fun. And I mean, we only got like maybe 3 inches the first day, and then it melted down to ice crystals and then snowed a little bit on top of that for the second day. So really couldn't build too much with the snow on the second day, but it sure was pretty. I have a portable case that I take everywhere. Yep, I've had the portable art studio as well. Speaking of not art studio, oh sorry, that was loud. I got this because I am slightly addicted to sketchbooks and buying sketchbooks. So I got this one because I had an art friend recommend this brand. So I'm so excited. So it's an Elo sketchbook, 8x8. And it's nice because it lays flat on all the pages. Like so. And then the paper itself is not like as thick as like watercolor paper, but some of my art friends says you can watercolor on it and it holds up really well. So that's pretty fun. I'm excited. I don't know what to put in. I'm like tempted to save it for Mermaid, but I don't know if I can wait that long because it's so beautiful. So let me know if you guys have some suggestions for a theme for this, because I think this is such a nice one. It has to be a theme and it just can't be like random sketches. What is the keyboard in the background? This is just me trying to make room on my desk, so I push this back as far as I can because I can't use my regular filming camera, which this right here isn't my regular filming camera. So I have my webcam like precariously propped up on top of a lampstand looking down because I'm a professional YouTuber. Have I ever tried Junicorn? I haven't. I'm having fun with February, though I've only done like 3 different things for February. And I've had several people ask if I'm going to do Junicorn, and I think it'll be fun. I think it will be like February, where I'm not going to try to do every single day because I will have just gotten over Mermaid, and I kind of want to. I've got some big plans for Mermaid if I can pull them off. Do you have an art book library? If so, I'd love to see it. I do. I should do an art video on it. I used to use them a lot for myself, and now I use them in my art classes for people. So what sketchbook am I using for Copics? Let's see if I can find it. It's actually a Copic sketchbook. I might not have it here. Let me see if this is it. No, this isn't it. It's about this size, but it actually has like paper that's good with Copic. Copic's really work well with a lot of different papers as long as they're not super fibrous. Like if you feel it and has almost a fabric-y feel to it, that's going to cause your Copics to bleed really bad. That kind of paper is really good for colored pencils and chalks and pastels and things like that because it has stuff for things to grip on. But if you're wanting to do inks or Copic markers, which I guess is ink too, that tends to make it want to feather out. So I just went to the Copic website, and when I purchased a bunch of Copic stuff and bought one of those too, but I think you can get them on Blick's website, maybe even Amazon, just kind of research and all that. So have I ever drawn an anthro cow? So that's like a cow person. I think so. I think my aunt commissioned me once to draw 2 cows playing a board game for her friend, and I did. But that was like 20 years ago. What is my favorite art book? For me, it's The Art of Tangled. Well, that's fun. The one I use the most is, I actually lent it out to my art students, so I can't show you, but it's by Lee Hammond, and it's drawing realistic portraits from photographs. But she just breaks everything down, all the different parts of the face. So she does a chapter on eyes and lips and nose and mouth. And that just totally changed I was really cartoony drawer before that. And not that I obviously still am a cartoony drawer artist. But after that book, it really helped me to see the face and be able to draw the face. And it was the first art teacher that helped me realize that when you're trying to draw something really big for the first time, instead of just trying the whole thing and getting frustrated, break it into smaller parts and just work on that. So instead of drawing the whole face at one time, we just drew eyes for 10, 20 eyes, and then moved on to lips and all of that. So that had a huge effect on my art journey. I also have an Art of Aladdin, which is probably my most special book because when I went to Disney, a lot of the animators signed the book. So it's actually, that was fun because I took it with me. So I had a lot of people, a lot of signatures and stuff in it. So that's fun. But yeah, I used to be so addicted to buying like instructional books, like how to draw books. And now I've kind of moved into people's art books. So that showcases a certain artist's art, which is my new favorite thing. And the way that I like to actually collect people's art, because even though I have a studio, the space is fastly shrinking. And so yeah. So I went to the post office today and shipped off 20 packages of people ordering the stickers for the month. And if you follow me on Instagram, I had a tragedy as I was cutting out my stickers, and this is what my machine did to my stickers. So I think it's my cutting mat. Sticky is wearing out, so I have a new cutting mat ordered, and it should be here tomorrow or the next day. So I'll be able to start cutting out more stickers. So that will be fun. I have a couple. Oops, sorry, that was probably loud. Sorry. I think I have one or two more packs left of the stickers. So it's been a fun art challenge. I'm trying to decide if what to do for the next month. So next month's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm actually going to have to close my store for a week because I'm going to be out of town for a little over a week. I'm going to be back on the East Coast. I'm going to be in New York City and Washington, D.C. So yeah, that's going to be fun, but definitely don't want people waiting for their orders. So I'll have the store open for the first couple of days of March, and then we'll close the shop down for a week and then open it up again. But I want to get everything done and prepped before that. Any tips for monthly challenges? Like for completing them, don't give yourself too many stipulations or guidelines. Like a lot of people say, you know, do the prompts. If prompts help you, like you can't decide what to draw, then prompts are fun. I like to have a little bit more freedom in what I create. So if I'm doing something and I know it's already a little bit strenuous, I don't follow prompts. So for like February, I'm not doing prompts. But if you're first time doing a monthly challenge, you know, don't limit yourself. I'm only going to do watercolor, or each piece has to take me 3 hours every day to create. Just make it easy. The fact that you're actually going to try to do the prompt every single day, then that's pretty cool. Have I ever done any sculptures? I have. I haven't done it in a long time. I used to do Sculpey. In fact, when I was first beginning my YouTube career, I was debating art a la carte. First of all, almost became, get ready for this, a makeup guru channel. I was going to do makeup every day and nails. And so I actually filmed a few videos of me painting my nails. And I decided that was going to work. So then it was going to be just a craft video channel where I was going to do polymer sculptures, little charms, and little sewed stuffies with the occasional drawing, speed drawing. And then while I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, that's when I was teaching art, and I started recording videos of my art classes so that my students could catch up, and I posted those videos on them. And luckily that's what you guys were excited about. But if you were around for the very, very, very beginning, you might have seen my Christmas nail tutorial where I did candy cane nails. And I even had like this really cool background, and it was pretty awesome. But right? But I haven't done any sculpting for a while, but funny that you should say that, because I actually was at the art store somewhere on my desk. I bought 2 packs of polymer clay because I have a thought of what I want to do for a tutorial. So, is drawing on a drawing pad on the computer easier than drawing in any other medium? They both have their pluses and minuses, and I enjoy both of them. I love digital art because of my iPad. I can draw anywhere. So I can take Clip Studio Paint. It's on my iPad and I can draw however I want. But you don't get a physical item, so being able to draw and have, like, you know, that picture at the end is awesome. You know, so this one, you know, because I did half and half, so the line art for this piece is digital, and I find I like to do that because I can really get a fine line with it, and I can make sure that everything is positioned the way I want. But then I like to color them with traditional mediums, so, which is also nice because then I have lots of coloring pages to give you guys and have available. What am I going to do in New York City and DC? I'm going to be a total tourist, like wearing the Statue of Liberty crown thing. So my friend retired from work this year, and her retirement gift was a trip to New York and Washington, D.C. And I get to go along with her. Yay! So I am super excited. We're going to go see Broadway plays. We're going to see the new Frozen Broadway, which I'm really excited about. And we're going to climb to the top of the Statue of Liberty. And did you know they only let, like, I think it's 200 people a day climb to the top of the Statue of Liberty, to the crown. And we got tickets for it, so I'm so excited. And then we're going to go to D.C. and hopefully we'll get to do some tours of the White House and Congress and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'll definitely, if you want to follow along on the adventures of that, make sure you're following me on my Instagram, because I will be probably posting lots of stories to that. And if you guys happen to be in New York City or Washington, D.C. on when I'm out there, and I know it's like needle in a haystack, but I would love to say hi to some of you guys. So I know I don't get over to the East Coast very often. Take lots of photos. Yes, I will. I will definitely be doing that. Will I ever make more digital coloring books? Yes. In fact, I am still working on the one that I was hoping to have ready for February, but I don't know if it'll be a full one. It'll be a coloring pack, so it'll have 4 or 5 different pieces to it. So, yeah, you should book a DC tour. And luckily, the government shutdown has stopped for now. I know I was really nervous about that. I'm still kind of nervous, more so because I have a lot of friends who are in the Coast Guard and they were not getting paid, and that was really stressful for them. I was really feeling bad for them. But we do have a tour through our Congress here in Peter DeFazio, who's our congressman, he's going to give us a personal tour. Well, he's not, because he's got things to do, but one of his assistants is going to give us a tour. So you can sign up and request tours for that. So we get a tour for that, and we are on a list for a White House tour, but we won't find out for another week or 2 if we got in. So if you guys have any tips or tricks on sightseeing in New York or DC, let me know. I'd love to hear them. Sunlight Rose does not have an Instagram. I know, it's pretty sad. You can actually access Instagram. You can't post or comment, but you can go on Instagram and look at people's pictures and things. I'm pretty sure. So, what's it like being a YouTuber? It's fun and extremely stressful, and if you don't keep the right focus, it can be really frustrating. So I was thinking about doing a video talking about it, because a lot of YouTubers are talking about how kind of frustrating it is to be a YouTuber, and algorithm and channels not growing, and kind of my opinions on that. But my thought is, my 2 main goals are, 1, to encourage people to enjoy art and drawing, and 2, just to be kind to other people and have fun, and just be there's so much yuck on the internet, and if I can be a little bit of a yay on the internet, then that's awesome. And so while there's a lot of channels out there that are super big, I don't mind being, the size that I am, because I get to have opportunities to chat with you guys and hang out, and the higher volume your channel is, the less amount of time that you have to have conversations with people. So do I have any advice on how to grow my channel? I would love any tips. I think every YouTuber is trying to figure that one out. Doing collabs with people is a great way. Really just creating art that you enjoy. Like, if you're genuinely enjoying creating your videos and the content that you are creating, then that's going to translate. But I can tell the YouTubers that are just trying to create content that's trending, and that they're trying to make a viral video, but they really don't enjoy it, and they can hold out for a little while. But if you're not enjoying your work, it's going to bog you down. Have I ever heard of Casey Golden? Yes, she's a fantastic channel. I love her art, and she's got such a fun personality. I like it. I watch her videos. I'm subscribed to her channel. Have courage and be kind. Exactly, be nice to people. I started my channel last year, and it was easy to get caught up in the numbers and the views and trying to think of what your audience wants. It is very challenging, and it can be scary when you work really hard on a video and you post it and then no one watches it, and you think, oh, no one loves me anymore. And you kind of think that your value then is based on your numbers and based on how many likes people have or how many subscribers. And so then when you look on your YouTube channel and your numbers are down and your subscribers, there's been a couple of days that I've had negative subscribers, that my channel has gone down instead of progressively going up. But I have to remember that that's not what my value is. That my value is the amazing conversations that I get to have with you guys in real life. Like when you guys leave comments in my videos and I am able to answer back and have a conversation with you. Those are the amazing things. Or when you guys share your photos with me on Instagram, because really it's on Instagram that I'm actually able to go and see your artwork. With YouTube, it's really one-sided. I mean, we can go back and forth like here and stuff, but I can't see your stuff. So on Instagram or Twitter, I can go and check out your artwork, and that's really fun, and to kind of give encouragement and tips where I can, and yeah, that's where I love this part of the job. The business end of it's not as much fun. And there are days that I just don't feel like working. Hence why Monday's video just didn't happen, because I wasn't feeling great on Sunday, and I thought I'll just get up really early on Monday and record the video. And I had a video planned, but then the last piece that I needed for it did not come in. So I was like, okay, I'll just throw together a tutorial of something, and it was not great. And I thought, I'm just gonna cancel because there's snow and we don't get snow very often, and I'll make something for Tuesday. So I did, and then I was able to do the next part of the 100 character draw, which if you haven't seen that video and voted, I'm gonna wanna do that because I'm hoping to finish the 100 character draw challenge by the end of this month. I wanna finish it in February. So I'm gonna be jumping into the next round, hopefully next week sometime that video will come out. Am I in Origin? I don't know what that is. What is it? Hopefully I'm original. What I do, I review on Artesa's Real brush pens. I want to say I've done something for them. I can't remember if it was the brush pens or not. Doing review videos are kind of depending on the company. With Artesa, sure, I would love to do reviews on those. I get the weirdest requests for sponsored videos, which sponsored videos are awesome because they help me to pay the bills, because sometimes YouTube does not help me pay the bills. So having a company wanting to sponsor my video is awesome, because then that means I can pay the bills and keep on doing this. But I try to always make sure that they are relevant to my channel and to something that you would be interested in. I've had people who want to send me like eyeglasses, and I kind of thought about that for a while, and I was like, well, maybe I could do a video on how to draw eyeglasses, and then I get sponsored by an eyeglass, but it just didn't work out. So I've gotten flashlight companies, camping, fashion, like a fashion box. I was like, really? People see my hands, they don't see my face too often. So it's interesting. How long did you start this channel? Oh goodness. It's been 4 years, maybe longer than that. Been a good 4 years that I've been doing this channel, like as my job. I've had it for a while longer than that, but hello from California. While you're talking about business and YouTube side of things, I have a question. What camera do I use to film my videos? So I have a Sony Handycam HD. Let me see. I don't want to knock. If I knock my webcam over, I'm sorry, and I'll try to fix you guys. And if you're wearing headphones, you might want to... Okay, let me see if I can bring this down here. There it is. So this is my camera. It's old school, but it is HD. But the reason I like it is because it has a flip screen. So I can flip it while I'm drawing. Look, that's my sticker. And over here, it's very easy to plug it into like a USB and keep it charged, so I don't have to worry about a battery. So I like that. And the microphone is actually not bad on it. So I do want to at some point upgrade my camera to something else, but YouTube channel's gotta be bringing in a little bit more financially for me to make an investment, because I did a lot of upgrades last year. So I upgraded my computer so I could stream better. I got a couple other things to help out with the channel, so I'm kind of putting a little weight on upgrading anything else. Because it's still, with the HD, it's not as great as like some of the cameras that are out there now, but it's pretty good. So the other one I had before that was a Handycam, but it was not an HD, and you can definitely tell the difference. Like if you go and watch some of my earlier videos, oh my goodness, the quality is so bad. And it's so crazy because those videos are still like my #1 watched videos, which are so funny. Do I live in a house? I do live in a house. Not in this house. This is a very tiny little studio that's near my house. So I can walk to work, which is nice when there's snow. I have so much trouble drawing from different views and perspectives like 3/4. Any tips on that topic? Reference photos are huge, and doing, like, if it's like people in their faces, breaking the face down into like shapes and doing the little crosshair things and just practicing the stew out of it. Just draw it like all the time. I used to hate 3/4 faces as well, and then I practice it so much that that's my go-to face now. I have to make myself do a not 3/4 face because I'm like, yay, 3/4 face is so nice. How long have you been drawing, or what was the first ever drawing that was good? Well, my mom would say that my first drawing that was good was my elephant because it had toenails on its feet, but that was when I was like 3. When I was a teen, I did a picture of a carousel horse and entered it into my local fair, and I won first place for my age category. Yeah, when I was 18, I went down to, I lived in Spokane, Washington, and so we have this huge park called Riverfront Park. It has a big clock tower. I always thought it looked like Big Ben. And so I went one time and was drawing the clock tower, and a family came up and wanted to buy my artwork. And I was so excited because this is the first time anyone wanted to buy it. So I sold my very first piece that I spent probably 4 hours drawing for $2. Because I thought if I asked for $5, they would say no. So my first piece of art was sold for $2. Brick wall has to get up at 7:30. Go to bed. Oh. Drawing the stew out of it. What age were you when you started drawing? I was always like into coloring and drawing, so I don't I'm sure probably as soon as I could hold a crayon and scribble on paper, I was doing that. But even as a little kid, I just drew all the time and drew animals. I have some pictures. I should do like a little show and tell video one day of showing my earliest artworks. I don't think I've done that yet, but I have. I loved looking at different artists' pictures and art books and things like that, and then I would try to draw them. I was not one of these great artists that you see and they show the pictures they did when they were a kid and they're like fantastic. Mine were not fantastic. I look like a kid drew them, which would be encouragement. You can learn to draw. Yeah. Art Journey's got to wake up at 5:50. Oh, I don't have to wake up that early. Thank you. I don't like getting up early. Are you guys night owls or early morning risers on your days off when you don't have to get up? I used to be total night owl. Like I would stay up till 3, 4 in the morning, easy. And now that I am getting to be an elderly person, very cranky, 11 o'clock comes around and I'm getting tired. And then I sit in my room and watch YouTube videos until midnight. And then I'm usually up by 8. But unless it's really cold out, then I like to be cozy in my bed and not get up. So I'm kind of like now right in the middle area, which is nice because I can stay up late if I need to and I can get up early if I need to. Do I teach art classes in my area for adults and kids? I do. Right now I'm teaching to kids and teenagers. I have done classes for adults before. Adults are harder to teach than kids because adults are really mean to themselves. Kids, you teach them how to draw and they mess up and they just see the progress that they've done. And they're just like, yeah, draw a circle. And adults are so embarrassed that they just go, oh, I can't draw. I can't draw. And yeah, you can't draw until you actually draw. And so I spend a lot of my time with adults just telling them it's okay to mess up. That's how we learn. But kids, you just take them on an art journey and they just have so much fun. And I love teaching kids. They're my favorites. But it's fun when you get adults that want to learn art that aren't totally just mean to themselves and beat themselves up for not being able to draw a stick figure. It's okay. That comment went away. I want to read that comment. Let me go back. How much would you recommend I charge for a commission as an intermediate high school student? I love to draw Copic markers, creations, and realistic portraits. I love your art, by the way. Pricing your artwork is challenging. A lot of times we underprice it, so definitely more than $2. If you have sold before, like you sold artwork before, you can kind of base. What I generally do is I pick a price that I think is fair for me. That's covering when I was starting out, that was covering the cost of my materials, because you definitely want to make sure that you're covering that. And that you're giving yourself a fair wage for how many hours you put in. So if it takes you an hour to draw something, take the cost of the piece and how much you'd want to make for an hour, and then charge that. If no one buys your artwork, it might be a little high, and so you might want to bring it down. I started off, and it definitely did not give me a great hourly wage, but it gave me practice doing commissions. Commissions are challenging. It's not just about drawing the picture. It's about being able to communicate with people what they want and what you can do. So I did a run with my friends, and it was all digital art, so it didn't cost me anything material-wise, but I would draw their avatar for Facebook, and I charged $5 a piece. And so they would send me a picture of their face, and then if they wanted a theme, like, I want my person to look like a Disney princess, so Disney princessify me, and then I would draw it. And it would generally take me half an hour to 45 minutes to draw up their piece. So really low on the, hourly wage, but I was learning and I was figuring things out. And then after that, then I bumped it up to $10 and moved on from that. And so now it's, as you gain knowledge and skill levels, then you can kind of raise that up. So for beginners, just find that happy medium, that this is a good fair wage for me, for the quality that I can do, and I'm still learning. And yeah, my problem was actually when I moved into the professional art world was to find the actual price that I could set on my pieces that was not $5 for a piece of artwork that, took me 40, 50 hours to paint. And there's some pieces of art that I have purposely set a high price because I really don't want to sell them. But if someone really wants it and really wants to pay that price, they can have it. So, yeah. Oh, that's the reason I got out of artist alleys and commissions. I was always underselling my art because it became very stressful, and the materials would cost me more than I would earn. Artist alleys are I love going to Comic-Cons and doing artist alleys, but my goal is not to make a profit. My goal is to break even. I like it just because I get to meet a lot of people, and each time I go, I get a little bit better, and I make a little bit more of a profit than I normally do. But yeah, commissions are challenging. With commissions, I just have had to kind of make a rule for myself that I let people know that I have a style, and they might want a Marvel Captain America style thing, and I'm not. I'm, cute and fluffy. And so if you want a Marvel character, it's gonna look like cute and fluffy. So I don't try to make my style something that it's not. I try to make it, try to keep it with what something I would like to do. So I've had to say no to quite a few commissions just because people want a style that I can't do or that isn't something that I enjoy doing. if you could choose a country to travel to, where would you go and why? So on my bucket list of places to go, outside of the United States, because I have several places in the United States I want to go see, but I want to go to England and to the UK and tour around there. I'd love to go to Ireland. I would love to go to the Netherlands. It would be so amazing to go there. I'd love to go to Japan. I've had several people ask me if I would go to Australia, and I would, just as long as you guys keep your big bugs away from me, because you guys in Australia know how to have bugs that are massive. Yeah, I've seen pictures. And snakes. Yeah. And alligator. No, crocodiles. Maybe you have alligators too. You got tons of things that kill you. So, but no, it would be fun. And you have those crazy like sharks that jump out of the water. Oh, so scary. Do you have a suggestion? Do you suggest an Etsy store? Oh, I went too fast. Hang on, let me go back. Do you suggest an Etsy store first or to have your own shop, for instance, on Wix? The thing with Etsy and with Wix is you're not going to get a lot of traffic provided by them. Well, definitely none from Wix. You have to provide your own traffic. And Etsy will sometimes promote your store. And of course, people can search and find things. But you have to have some place that you can market yourself. So whether you have a good following on Instagram or Twitter, or you have a Facebook page, so people can kind of get to know your artwork and see it, then that's going to bring the traffic to your store. I personally right now have just an Etsy shop. I have thought about rebranding and starting up a shop in my Wix. And there's pluses and minuses to that. Right now, I don't have time to learn how to start up a Wix store. So I'm sticking with Etsy. That, and I branded myself with my Etsy shop. So all my business cards I've been passing out for the last several years all have my Etsy shop on them. So I would have to, if I did switch over to Wix, I would actually have to have two shops running at the same time for a few months while people began to transfer over to the new shop site. So pluses and minuses. You should visit Okinawa. Oh, I'd love to. I had several friends that were in Okinawa, but not anymore, I don't think. I don't think there's anybody over there that I know, except for maybe you, if you live there. I feel like an Etsy store can be a good idea after you build up an internet following. Yes. They do have a lot of charges, and they raise their fees, and so there's a big about that. But the things that they do for you, kind of, I mean, you're going to pay things anyway. You get nothing for free in this world. Another fun place, if you don't want to make your own merchandise, is to start like a third-party print company. So I have Redbubble, and I started with that. And again, you're going to have to send your, own customers to that. But that's where I go for stuff that I don't want to produce the products for myself. So like t-shirts and coffee mugs and larger size prints and things like that. I use Redbubble for that. And then I try to keep my smaller prints for my Etsy shop, and of course my digital downloads. I used to do posters. I used to sell my posters on Etsy, but shipping costs got so much, and having to purchase the cardboard tubes that I would put the posters in got so much that I was almost half the price of the actual poster people were paying in shipping. And I just decided to nix that. So I just do things that I can ship in flat packages. Have I been to Atlanta? No, I haven't. I haven't been to very many places on the East Coast. Back in 20 years ago, my sister and I drove around the United States, and we drove down the East Coast of the U.S. So I went through a lot of the states, but we didn't stop. We pretty much went from Washington, D.C. just straight all the way down to, I don't think we even stopped really. I think we stopped in North Carolina in the Outer Banks one night, and then we zipped all the way to New Orleans. So we did like this. It was very cool. We just drove all the way around the United States from Washington. So that was fun. So I have this really old book that has human figures and other creatures, and it's different than yours. Which one should I use? Yours or the books? I don't know. Like it's a teaching book? Or I say you should use both. I don't know. If you're talking about like a teaching book and has a different method, try all the methods. There's so many different methods of teaching art, learning art, that some work for some people and some work better for other people. So it's 70 degrees in Atlanta right now. Oh, that's fabulous. It's not too cold here. Let me see what temperature it is. It is 47, which in the Oregon coast where I live, 47 is like a winter temperature, and like 67 is the summer temperature. So we don't get a lot of change, which I love. Do you have any tips on how to increase Etsy traffic other than obviously having a ton of listings? I have a shop, but it doesn't seem to get much traffic. So advertise as much as you can, not like paid advertisement. Like you can pay like Facebook to advertise. I've never done that. But just start posting things. So some people like Twitter more than others. I'm an Instagram girl, so that's just the one I mesh with. So I do a lot of posting there, and of course I do my YouTube channel, which I kind of try to, slide in art products just subtly, just so that you guys will, see them and go, hey, that's really cool, and I should get those. And, I don't try to, you just want to be subtle about it. You don't have to be over the top, but just getting things in there where you can. So on Instagram, I do lots of behind the scenes with my art, works in progress, things like that. And that's how I get probably the majority of my sales. And then after that, then people's word of mouth. So they buy the art and someone goes, oh, look at that. And they say, well, it's from Art to Look Art. And so get going that way. But it took years on my Etsy shop before I started getting regular sales. Okay, I have to take my subliminal messages away. I'm having trouble drawing humans. They are challenging. Have you watched my Drawing People 101? I have a whole playlist on it. But I am thinking of doing a class. I was kind of testing it out with the digital art lesson that I did for the how to draw a cat dragon, which was a really weird one to start off with, but that's what I did. But I want to take the class that I actually physically teach on drawing people and make the lesson plans as a digital download, and then do a live stream class so it's like you're sitting in on a class with me and all that, but I'm still working out all the details on that. So that might be something that I'll do in hopefully the future. I am still working on the first episode homework. Of the How to Draw People 101. Yeah, it takes time. But that's the fun thing about art. It just, if you practice a little bit every day, then you get better. You practice a lot every day, you get better. So, I've never been on a live stream before. Welcome, Kaylee. Thanks for joining the live stream. I've watched your videos about drawing people and it really works. Thank you, Bailey. It was watching Disney animators that really helped me to see how to draw people. And yeah, I had kind of like a mind breakthrough with that. I was like, oh my gosh. So I like to try to teach where it's fun and not stressful. Do you have any tips to start a YouTube art channel? It's not easy. This is my first tip. And if you watched at the beginning of the stream, we actually had this question. So when you're done, you can go back and get all my tips. But do it because you love it, not because there's a possibility to make a living off of it, or being rich and famous, or have a trending video. Because even, I don't know if you guys have noticed how many big time YouTubers are burning out and they're just having to stop their YouTube channels because it's just gotten too much for them. And it's just because you lose, it's so easy to lose your focus as to why you're doing it. So when I do a class on Skillshare, for a long time I was like, no, I always want to keep my classes here on YouTube so that it's free. But recently I've begun to rethink that, simply because there are commercials and ads, and I have my ads on my YouTube channel set to as family friendly as I possibly can. But there are some very non-family friendly ads out there, and I want to give options to families or schools that don't want to do the ads. Of course, I guess you could do YouTube Red and they don't have ads, but so I have thought about it. It might be something that I would offer certain topics on. I haven't quite completely made my mind up about that, but yeah. I was the first to say hi and to say your name. Say my name right on the first try. Oh, good. Usually I totally slaughter people's names. I had this sweet viewer that I had a good conversation with their family, and I wanted to give them a shout out in my video, and I totally could not say their name. They even sent it to me phonetically, and I was like, nope. So I felt so bad. I'm going to leave now and watch some of your videos. Thank you, Kaylee, for stopping in on the live stream. I think I would be a fun teacher on Skillshare. I think it would be fun. It's definitely would be a little bit more professional. I feel on YouTube I can be goofy and make up weird words like I normally do, where on Skillshare I would have to like up my professionalism a little bit. I mean, not that I wouldn't be fun, but yeah. I think it'd be a little bit more polished. Maybe even do my nails or something. I haven't quite decided if I did a Skillshare class, like what topics I would go with, if I would try to do more classes geared for, you know, like adult learners, or if I would try to keep it kids. I don't know if very many kids would have Skillshare. I don't know. I have to do my research. So much research. No grown-up ever said my name. People say Inani, and I'm like, you're getting the second N. I don't know. I probably massacred your name. Sorry. So the name I married into never is pronounced right. Is it Tohi? Tohi? Tohei? Tohai. We'll just say it with a really good accent that I don't know where it's from. Bethany Tohar. That's how I say your name. I struggle on everything except for females. Do you have any tips and tricks? Same as with everything. Reference photos, drawing from life, and practicing the stew out of it. I should get a t-shirt that says, draw the stew out of it. That would be fun. I try to find like that. You know, there's certain YouTubers that have like a logo and then they put it on there, and I was always, didn't have a logo. Now I do. I get the shirt that says, draw the stew out of it. Yeah. I love your drawings and I want to be like you. Oh, that's so sweet. But be you. Do you, man. That's awesome. As long as you're kind to people, that's the best you can be. I mean, not the best you can be, but that's one of the best things you can do. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. You can only be the best if you're kind. Chewy. Oh, it's kind of like chewy, but it's Chewy. But I think my pronunciation, it's kind of French. Hugs and greetings from Germany. I read that backwards. It's actually greetings and hugs. 2 a.m. Oh my goodness, you guys. Thank you for staying up so late in the middle of the night. Thank you for reading my comments. Hey. Your Wi-Fi went out. How did you possibly still post if your Wi-Fi went out? Oh, because you got back. Got you. Did you read the comments? Do I draw foxes and wolves too? I have drawn several wolf videos. though I often call them wolf videos because obviously I couldn't say wolf. I said wolf. And I've tried to do foxes. I think I have one fox video from a long time ago, but I need to do a new one. So hopefully that's in the works. It's on my list of things to do. I made your name so sounds. I can't talk anymore. Made your name sound so fancy. It's okay. I love making people's names sound so fancy. Foxes are pretty close to wolves, so it shouldn't be too hard. One would think it wouldn't be too hard, but you have to get that snout like really long and narrow. And I'm like a short and pudgy kind of person, so. Can I draw more horses, like a horse rearing? I need to do that. That's on my list. I started doing a tutorial video on drawing eyes, and then I was like, why am I doing a tutorial video on eyes? No one's asked for that, but they have this huge list of things that you guys have asked for, so I canceled the eye tutorial because I already have like 3 of them. Do I speak any foreign languages? Igpe Atenlay. When I was in China, I learned like 10 words that I was able to have like somewhat of like hello, goodbye, and stuff like that. And then when I got on the plane to come back to the United States, this nice Chinese man sat next to me. He didn't speak any English, and I was on an American flight, and so the stewardess was American, and so she spoke English, and she was trying to ask him what he wanted to drink, and he didn't understand, and she didn't understand. So I was actually able to translate for her and ask him if he wanted something to drink, and he said he wanted water, so I was able to say he'd like water, and I was like, yeah! But it was like 2 sentences. That's it. I know a little bit of American Sign Language, but probably enough to talk to someone, but if someone were to sign back to me, wouldn't understand it. As I've never practiced reading it, I've just practiced signing it. And I probably don't sign it correctly because I never practiced it in front of anybody, but yeah. So no, I don't speak any other language. Oh, yes, it did feel epic to be able to translate for a second. But I guess my American Sign Language was okay enough because I worked at a pizza parlor, and a person who was hearing impaired came in and was trying to order by writing things down, and I came and signed to them and was able to take their order that way. But it's pretty much, hello, and can I order a large pizza? And then she just pointed to all the ingredients for me because I couldn't read her sign, but I felt good. I think it's important, even if you can't learn a full language, that you learn just a couple of words, just to say hello or goodbye or thank you. I think that makes a great impression on people, that you care enough about their culture to learn that much. So if I can learn hello and thank you, I think that would be awesome. Well, you guys, I can't believe I've just been chatting here for like an hour with you guys, and you have stuck with me. I'm not even drawing. I should have been drawing, but I know I'm just sitting here like this because I felt like I should just chat. But that's fun because when I'm drawing, I can't read comments. So this was kind of fun. Anyway, I gotta go, literally. And so I am going to end the stream. But if you guys could do me a favor and go check out the 100 character draw challenge video so that I can get all the votes in, because I'm going to start working on it, getting the next round going. So I want to make sure as many votes have come in before I do that. So yeah, that'd be great. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for all your questions that you're having. If you write those questions on another, because right now all these kind of questions get lost in the video, but if there's a question that you really want to know an answer to, type it in one of my other videos. Like when you go to watch the 100 character draw challenge, type that question in there, and I'll try to go back this evening and answer as many comments as I possibly can. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me in this just chatty video. I didn't really do much art. We framed a picture and looked at an art book, but that was it. And then I just talked your ear off. So that's awesome. Well, thank you guys, and I'll see you in another art video or live stream or something fun like that. So